Starting. Starting out. Starting out. The master says slavery is a part of the past. Recession, I'm here, but it ain't gonna last. The government say get off your ass. Quit sponging on the state or get out fast. But when you stand up tall and you show a bit of fight, then you're riding for reform with the pigs in the night. But if you don't get out of that dusty pan, there ain't no meaning to the brotherhood of man. 'Cause love and peace is just a fact. It's at the bottom of the heap while they're riding your ass. So don't be spared if you're rocking on the door. They can stab your body, but they can't kill your soul. Stand up, count 1, 2, 3.
I'm the only one who's gonna say everything.
We never even seen nothing.
It was great. It was good. Well, thanks, Tone. You know what I mean? Like, when I get up on them stage, man, I dance in front of them people, man. I feel cool, you know what I mean, John? And me, what are you trying to do? Start a riot? Get off my back, man. Get off your back. You get off mine, boy. You always set up a friendly challenge and you come out with all this racist bull. What racist bull? All this crap about masters, slaves, pigs in the night. Yeah, man, that's what are you trying to do? Take us back to 1981? Could be. As long as people like you so readily forgot what we fought for. You call that fighting? Yeah, I do. I call that protest. Useless, juvenile and destructive. Which is what you're going through. Which is okay. But you don't do it in here. And you don't do it with my crew. What do you mean, your crew?
Some of you don't appear to know the history of this club. So I'm going to set you straight. Shall we? We could have had a very ugly fight in our hands tonight between blacks and whites. It wouldn't happen again. I'm not saying you can't perform here again. In future, I see all the material first. Thanks, Irene.
You can't do that, man.
Oh, yes, Paul, I can.
But that's censorship. So what about freedom of speech?
You can say anything you like.
Oh, yeah, as long as you approve.
On these premises, yes.
There's good old British democracy for you. Great.
But George, shouldn't the members of the club and the committee get together on this and decide?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Eileen. Not this one.
But that makes the whole committee and meetings a complete farce.
Yes, man.
No.
I don't believe it, man. He's threatening us. Shut up, Paul.
Tony, you have a gig a week on Saturday. I want your decision before then.
Right? Listen, you tell him now. We ain't accepting. Paul, I said shut up. Look, it's your big mouth. No way, man. Listen, I's not a dumbass nigga, you know. So now treat me like one. If that's your thing, then go on.
Get out.
Scene, cool. Are you the boss, man? Oh, yeah. How to mash up in here, man? Who thinks he's the teacher, the master race? How to beat the scientific boss, man, who use biology and the whole genetic tree. And all that mystery for keep the niggas in their place. Oh, yeah. What?
Andrews!
See you later, Sarah.
What seems to be the trouble?
Nothing, sir.
I'll take the walk, and you are aware of the schoolroom yet?
But, sir,
Now.
but I wasn't playing it.
Don't argue with me, Andrews.
I'm not.
Andrews. And the tape, please.
Oh, I promised that to Mrs. Stevens.
The tape.
Can I have it back at the end of the lesson then, sir?
You'll have it back when I decide. And the more you argue, the longer that'll be. The tape, Andrews.
Thank you, sir.
Andrews. Did you say something?
No, sir. I didn't say anything.
I didn't think so. Salt is from a strong to a weak solution. But for water, it's from the weak to the strong. Right, Philip?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Remember that first. Then add the barrier of the semi-permeable membrane, and you've got osmosis. Right? Fine. Let's try it once again, just to make sure.
Paul, I don't understand all this. Look, what is a semi-permeable membrane?
It's like your head, innit? Some things go in and some things can't.
No, don't mess around, Paul. Go on, tell us.
All right. You know wellies, right?
Yeah.
They're completely impermeable.
Yeah.
There's no wet in and there's no sweat out, right?
Right.
You see these? Oh, they're wet. I just realised these poor boos get it from both sides.
Andrews!
Yes, sir?
What are you up to now?
Nothing, sir. I'm just explaining to Sarah, sir. She doesn't understand about osmosis, sir, and the semi-permeable membrane.
Oh, I see. And you do?
Well, yes, sir. It's the diffusion of water from a weaker to a stronger solution, sir.
Andrews, if Sarah needs help, she comes to me.
But you're always with that lot at the front, sir.
And I don't want to hear a load of mumbo-jumbo every time I turn my back.
It's not a load of mumbo-jumbo.
Andrews, that's your last warning.
Osmosis and semi-permeable membrane, sir, are not...
That's enough. See me after the lesson. The rest of you get back to work. Andrews, where do you think you're going? Sit down. So, you've done it again, haven't you? Just can't control yourself. You just can't learn, can you?
Learn what?
Don't speak to me like that. Stand up. Get your hands out of your pockets. Andrews, you make me sick. And I've just about had enough of your sort. With your music, your rolling eyes, and your smart aleck comments in your so-called ethnic language.
Look, I don't have to take this, you know.
You bloody well do, boy. You see, Andrews, there's no one here but me and you. And at this moment, I could do you. Don't even think about it. And you could do nothing. Who's going to listen to you, I'm the teacher. What are you? Nothing. Black scum, nothing. You think you're so damned clever, don't you? Well, let me tell you, I've seen more intelligence in the monkey house. Oh, others may think you're the great black hope, but you don't fool me. So you need a grade 1, don't you? Well, that boy is a long, long way off. Shut up! I'm talking. From now on, in my lesson, you keep your trap shut, your head down, and you don't ask questions. Understand? I say, understand? Yes, sir.
Right.
I go now, sir? Otherwise I'll be late for history.
Of course. Mustn't keep Mrs. James waiting, must we?
Can I have my Walkman back now, sir?
In how many pieces, Andrews?
Well, that's a tricky question, John. I mean, we know about the people who actively supported the Nazis, but how can we ever really know about the secret supporters? Likewise, with the extermination of the Jews, inevitably people did know what was going on. And some, like the woman in the picture, felt dreadful, but they were too frightened to speak out. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Mrs. James. I'm sorry, but I got kept back by Mr. Moran.
Again, becoming rather a habit, isn't it? You do have your mock O levels in 2 weeks, you know.
You tell him that, it's not
All
my fault.
right, Paul, I don't want to hear now. We're in the middle of revision. And remember, there was such an anti-Jewish prejudice in the rest of the world, too, by now. The propaganda had really worked. Oh, quietly, please. No one wanted to take them as refugees. For example, some children who made it by boat to America actually had their money taken off them and were then sent back to Germany to die in the gas chambers.
What's this?
I beg your pardon?
What have I got to do for my homework?
Paul, we are not discussing your homework now. Thank you, Paul. Now perhaps we can get on. Are you sure that's exactly what happened? You couldn't have misunderstood.
Look, he's going to fail me in biology, and if he feels like it, he could get me chucked out.
That's absurd.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
He can't unless you do something outrageous. You'll just have to tread very carefully until after these exams, and then... Well, if I were you, I'd report it to the headmaster.
Can't you do that, miss?
Me?
Yeah. I've just told you he's racist. He attacked me and he threatened me, so can't you report it to the headmaster?
Paul, I'm in a very
Oh, no, not you and all. You lot all stick together, Hail Hitler.
Please don't keep saying that.
Well, you're the one that goes on all the time about morality, sticking up for what's right, speak up, speak out, aren't you? So why wear the badge? Oh, bombing people's wrong, but letting some little fascist lose in a classroom is all right, eh? Well, it's not just me, you know. All the black kids hate him too because of the way he treats them. He doesn't teach us, man. He teaches all the white kids and calls us thick.
Then you'll have to make a complaint.
I thought I'd just done that.
To the proper person, the headmaster.
Oh, yeah, and you'll believe me.
It's a risk you'll have to take.
Risk I have to take. I get attacked and I have to take risk. Great, fine.
Paul, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm not saying I don't think it's true. But please leave it. Don't provoke trouble now. Think of these exams. Think of your future.
I am. It's a great old system you got here, innit? But no thanks. I don't think I'll join. Certainly not done a lot for you, has it?
Paul, I want to rap with you. About Tony and the crew, I'm afraid my decision still stands. I can't risk the club being closed. I'm sorry.
Well, then count me out. At least for the moment, anyway. I've just got to sort my head out, man.
Good. I think you're right not to compromise. You must say what you believe, what you think. You can't say it here, and go where you can say it. But you must say it.
But I thought you were the one stopping me.
I'm not a free agent. My first obligation is to this club. You have an obligation to yourself and to all the youngsters in your position. To express what you feel and what you think. And to tell it how it is. But you must find the time and the right place.
So why take risks? I don't understand.
If you want to fight this system to change it, then you must first learn everything about it. You can only master and control what you understand.
I've got a choice to make.
About?
Something at school. I got attacked by a racist teacher. I can shut up and keep my head down about it, or try to expose him and risk missing my exams.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I know.
You need your education. He controls a small part of it. Is it worth it?
So, are you saying that I shouldn't report him? I should forget about it and just take what he's dishing out, yeah?
I am saying that there are more important things to fight in this life than one petty bigot. Every time you let him needle you, you waste time and he gains a point. I should know. I've had my share in the Royal Air Force. If you want my advice, I would say, forget it. If you can.
Yeah. But if I don't fight him, what am I in the world?
Well, Paul, there doesn't seem to be a problem here. Everyone seems very happy with you. You seem to be doing very well.
Yes, sir.
Except in biology. You're having a little difficulty there,
Well, not exactly with the subject, sir.
You're taking CSE there.
Well, I wanted to take O-level, sir.
Ah, yes, of course, I understand. And then, well, the resentment starts, eh? Oh, you can't be good at everything you know. Disruptive in class? Fools around, yes? Oh, dear. Maths.
Sir?
That was my downfall at school. I couldn't do it, couldn't stand it. And I made my maths teacher's life hell. Oh, dear. Now, Paul, looking at these reports, I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
Sorry, sir?
Well, they're good marks.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, unless there's something else worrying you. Now, your father's away, there's a note here.
Yes, sir.
Well, my father was in the army. I hardly ever saw him. But I made my exams, and so will you. I mean, don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm not, sir.
I'm sorry? But I thought you said you wouldn't be able to take them.
I didn't say that. Moran did.
Oh, well. Whoever. Now, Paul, I'm not saying there hasn't been a misunderstanding. There obviously has been, or you wouldn't be here, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm talking to you now, and I shall, of course, have a talk with Mr. Moran. Fair's fair, you appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure we can sort all this out in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And then we can all get back to doing what's important, which in your case is getting these exams, right?
Yes, sir.
And I don't want you worrying about all this either. You were quite right to come.
So then he sulked his way through the lesson, chatted away in patois, that sort of thing. Eventually, I had to keep him after class, which, of course, didn't improve his mood. In the end, I suppose he just went over the top.
Go on. What did he say?
I think he said something like, "If you dare threaten me like that again, you honky," then it wasn't brothers, it was mates. One dark night, we'll do you.
He actually used that phrase. He said, "We'll do you."
Yes.
Then what happened exactly?
Well, I took him by the shoulder.
By the shoulder?
Yes, I suppose I shouldn't have really, but...
Oh, go on, go on.
I said, if you dare threaten me like that again, I shall report you straight away. Then I let him go.
You didn't hurt him? You didn't beat his head against the wall?
What? Well, is that what... Oh, he didn't say that. Oh. No wonder poor Anne was so upset.
Anne?
Yes, Mrs. James. Well, you said she'd sent him up to you. See, I know people change, but not that much.
I don't understand.
It's nothing, sir. Something personal, really.
Personal?
Yes, well, When I first came here, Mrs. James and I, we were very close. Until, of course, I found out she was married. Poor Anne.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Moran. I think I'm beginning to see.
So, Anne, what's this all about?
All what?
Oh, come on, Anne. Did you really think you could string me up? Do you think I'm that stupid? You're the only one that's going to lose out by this. You're going to lose face.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I see. I see. We're still playing games. Fine. I've got it sewn up. You can't touch me.
You know, the one thing I've never been able to understand about you is why you became a teacher. And of biology.
No, Anne.
Screw you, Moran. The man is a fascist. He's racist, he's sexist, and he's a bully.
That's a long list. I gather you don't like him. Which may not make you the most objective judge of his behavior, either as a teacher or a person.
Quite frankly, I don't consider him fit to be called either of those. But that's irrelevant.
He did say.
What?
Oh, nothing. I gather you know each other personally.
No, we do not. Headmaster, I'm here on a completely professional basis. I believe Paul's story. I believe there has been a clear incident of racial discrimination and intimidation. And? Well, what do we do about it?
We? Well, I'm afraid you'll have to trust me there, Mrs. James. That is, after all, my job.
Well, can you tell me what you intend to do?
I can. For the moment, nothing.
Nothing. But you must.
Mrs. James.
What's the point in my teaching history? The history of struggle and principles if we don't have any. Thank you. If Moran stays, I go. I won't teach in the same school.
Hey, Paul, what time's your exam?
12:30.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Hey, Paul!
Yeah.
Good luck with your exams, mate.
Yeah, all right. Nice one.
Paul, I wonder if you'd do me a favor. Go up to the biology lab and get me an orange folder off my desk.
I got an exam, sir.
Here are the keys.
So what about me exam?
I'll be up in staff room.
Has anyone seen Paul Andrews?
I have, miss. He is here. What's she doing?
Sir. Ah, Andrews, thank you very much. You'd better run along to your exam now.
Sir.
Andrews.
Sir?
Come back here just a moment, will you?
Sir, why were you running? Sir?
Running in the corridor.
The exam, sir.
Yes, but you are aware of the school rule that you walk in the corridor, yes?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Andrews,
Yes, sir?
come back here.
But I'll be late.
Whose fault is that? Come back here and stand outside the staff room door until I say you can leave.
No, sir. I'm taking the exam.
Andrews! Andrews!
You may turn your papers over and begin.
Sorry, Mrs. James. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The whole exam like this.
It's not my fault, Mr. Moran.
I'm sorry, Paul. You know the rules. You're too late.
But, miss...
Outside. Outside.
All right. All right.
Andrews! What the hell do you mean running away from me like that?
You did this on purpose, didn't you?
Mr. Moran, what on earth is going on out here? Are you aware there's an examination in progress?
It's Andrews, sir. He's late for his exam, but he insists on going in.
You liars, you make me late.
Paul, will you please control yourself and calm down? If you please, Mr. Moran.
He was running in the corridor, sir.
Because you told me to fetch your folder.
I stopped you to ask you to walk.
You knew I had to run, didn't you? You just wanted to see me late. He said I had to stand outside the staff room. Well, stuff it! Stuff the exam! Look, I'm not the one with the problem. He's the problem. He's the one out of line, and you just want to cover it up, don't you? Fix it with Mrs. James. No hassle when he gets off. Sorry. No deal. You say you believe me now, or I'm going home.
We'll discuss it later.
No, we'll discuss it now. I know what you're going to do. You just don't want anyone to know what's going on, don't you? You don't want it to get out just in case there's a scandal.
That's rubbish, Paul.
Is it? You just don't want to rock the boat, upset your precious little system. Well, you know what I think, don't you? Stinks. And it's corrupt. It's just every little person just out for themselves. Ah, you got Mrs. James stitched up all right, ain't you? You laugh at people like her. Honest, decent people. You use them, make fools of them. Well, if that's your system, if that's what you want to teach us to be like, if that's your education, then stuff it. Because I ain't interested.
Andrews!
Well, I ain't interested. Come on! Stuff your school and your education!
Het begeleidend materiaal bij deze serie bestaat uit een handleiding. Te bestellen bij de NOT, antwoordnummer 1115 1200 VB in Hilversum. U kunt ook bellen, maar dan alleen tijdens kantooruren. 035 23 62 60. Einde van deze uitzending. Morgen komen we terug met 6 programma's. Om 9 uur No Time to Waste. Om 9:30 de boekenbuis. Om 10 uur aarde, water, lucht en zon. Om 10:30 lief en leed. Om 11 uur in naam van Oranje. En tenslotte om 11:30 de positie van de vrouw. Dat was het voor vandaag. Een heel prettige dag allemaal en graag tot de volgende keer.